Okay, welcome back, friends. So let us move with the next topic, that is the tacho generators. Okay, so as in the previous class we have discussed the tachometers to find out the angular velocity. So now this is a little bit the next part, the further part, that is the tacho generators. So here in the tacho generators, they employ the small magnetic type, or that is the DC or AC generator. So that is going to convert the rotational speed, or getting point, that is going to convert the rotational speed into DC or AC voltage signals. Means we are getting the DC or voltage signals by rotating shaft. So this is what we can call it as a tacho generators. So here in this one, the magnitude of the voltage generated by relatively perpendicular motion between the magnetic field and a conductor, the proportional the perpendicular motion between the magnetic field and a conductor is a direct function of the strength of the magnetic field and speed of the conductor. So this is whatever the perpendicular motion will be there, that is the between the magnetic field and the conductor, is direct function. Here in this one, it is the direct function of the strength to get the magnetic field and the speed of the conductor. So here in this below, I am showing you the diagram of the DC tacho generators. In the figure 12, it is totally constructed. So in between the side of that figure, we are having the rotor section and the magnetic coil. So below that one is the AC tacho generators. Let us see in the last diagram. So that is, it is totally AC tacho generator. So what it is going to show you that, so drive shaft, alternator, self synchronous motor, hairspring, drag cup and pointer. So these are the different parts of the AC generator. So drive shaft will be there continuously, because with the help of the drive shaft only we are going to get the DC or AC voltage. Alternator, so alternator generates self synchronous motor. So synchronous motor is the one motor, it is going to act according to the given input. And in next one will be the permanent magnet will be there, that permanent magnet will be the fix, and that will be connected with the hairspring. So that hairspring is connected directly with the drag cup, and that drag cup is directly connected with the pointer. So the drive shaft shows, or drive shaft start to rotate, so that will be transferred into the alternator, and due to that one, in the self synchronous motor, it is going to change. Due to the permanent magnet, it will be act, and due to the hairspring and the drag up, it is going to show the pointer. So let us see the DC and AC tachometers. What are the differences here? In the DC tacho generators, the construction consists of the horseshoe type permanent magnet. Here horseshoe type of the permanent magnet will be there in the DC tacho generators. So whereas in the AC tacho generator, it consists of a stator and the rotor arrangement of a squirrel cage setup. So here rotor will be there, as well as the stator will be also there. But whereas in the DC tacho generators, here the shoe type of the permanent magnet is going to use. Second, the speed is measured with the moving coil voltmeter. In the DC, speed is going to measure with the moving coil voltmeter. But whereas here in this one, speed is measured with the moving coil instrument, either a permanent magnet or an electromagnet. So this is what the little bit difference between DC and the AC tacho generators. Okay, here in the AC tacho generators, so it is north pole and the south pole, in between the rotational part will be there, so that is going to give you the directly output. So whereas in the AC tacho generators, the rotational part will be having the permanent magnetic coil, and that permanent magnetic coil is be rotation to start. So due to the windings at side of the windings, so it will be connected with the output voltage, so that is the output point. So difference between the AC and the DC tacho generators. So reversal of rotation causes the voltmeter to show negative readings. Hence, keeping the pointer in the mid scale, speed in both the direction can be displayed. Means So here reversal of the rotation, because the rotation will be clockwise as well as in terms of it is going to anti-clockwise also. So that's why it will going to give you the display of positive side as well as the negative side. So that's why we are going to keep the pointer on the mid scale speed. That means it is going to display the speeds both in direction can be, it is going to display. So in the AC tacho generators, reversal of the rotation cause the small action except there is a 180-degree phase shift. So here we are taking as a 180-degree phase shift we are considering. So that's why it is a simple difference in the DC and the AC as well as. So the next part will be the direction of rotation is directly indicated by the polarity of the output voltage. So here the direction of the rotation is directly indicating and it is directly showing the polarity of the output voltages. So here in the AC world, what will happen? So change in the direction of the rotation cause phase shift. So if it is a change in the direction, it is causes the phase shift. So next in the DC tacho generators, conventional voltmeters can be used as the indicators. So here we are using the conventional voltmeters for the displaying purpose. So whereas here the output voltage is reflected with the permanent magnet moving coil instrument. We are using the permanent moving coil as a part of the output one. So let us see the advantages. What are the DC and the AC type? So what is the use of the DC type of the advantage, and next one will be the AC type of the advantage. If you use the DC type, so a conventional setup reduces the installation cost. One is a major thing, means it is going to minimize the installation cost. That is the one advantage in the DC type. Second advantage is what? The direction of voltage is directly indicated by the polarity of the output voltage. Polarity of the output voltage. So whereas in the AC type, increase output at same speed as compared to DC tacho generators, means output will be increased. Here the output will be vary. If the speed is also same, then also the output will be vary. So here in this one the accuracy will be plus or minus 1%. Installation is inaccessible reason. That is the second advantage. Next one is the disadvantage of the tacho generators. One is what? In the DC type, so brushes produce maintenance cost and the labor one. So whatever the brushes are going to present in the DC type of the tacho generators, so that will give you the maintenance problem. So that's why we have to bear the maintenance cost, and the those who are working on that one, so we have to bear the labor cost also. The assembly requires the maintenance. Obviously in the DC type, whatever the assembly is going to set up, so that need to be maintained regularly for giving the better output. If the field of the permanent magnet is distorted, it gives rise to non-linearity. Means the permanent magnet, if the permanent magnet is having any of the problem, so it is gives you the non-linearity results. That is the second disadvantage. Next, AC type of the disadvantage. Frequency of output voltage is low at the low speed. Frequency of the output voltage is low at the low speed. If the speed of the AC type of the tacho generator is low, so that will give you the low output voltage. That is the one second disadvantage. At high frequency, the impedance of the coils increases. If the frequency high, the impedance of the coil will increase. This is the second disadvantages. Okay, clear? So let us move to the next type, that is the mechanical tachometers. As we have completed in the last previous classes, that is the electrical tachometers. So now we will move towards the mechanical tachometers. So the mechanical tachometers work on the basis of principle of physical displacement of indicating parts either linearly or non-linearly. Here based on the depend upon of the displacement, means from the original position to the next position. So whatever the displacement is going to happen, so due to that displacement we are going to work on the basic, means the basic principle or the basic working principles of this mechanical tachometers is like based on the displacement only. So this displacement is used as a measure which is proportional to the drive shaft speed. So they employ only mechanical parts and mechanical movements for measurement of the speed. Means here we are using only the mechanical parts to measure the displacement and also for measuring the rotation part. So revolution, counter and timer. So let us check the construction. It consists of a worm gear. As we know, it consists of the worm gear coaxially attached with the drive shaft, coaxially with which attached with the drive shaft, and which provides the speed of the spores. Which provide the speed of the source, means it will be directly connected with the source only. The spur gear is connected with its rotating axis. The spur gear is connected with its rotating axis perpendicular to the axis of the worm. Obviously, let us see here. So both are very perpendicular to each other. The worm gear and the spur gear is perpendicular to each other. The pointer indicates the number of the revolutions. As we are having the pointer at this end, so it is start indicating the number of the revolutions. The dial of the pointer is attached on the frame, dial on the frame. So the at the dial we are having the pointer section. As it is going to start to move, so the further will be the attached with the shaft. So in that shaft it is the clockwise direction is there, the rotating the clockwise direction. As it is going to move, the worm gear start to move. The worm gear start to move. As the worm gear start to move, it is attached with the spur gear. It is attached with the spur gear. So accordingly it is also start to rotate, and that will be directly connected with the dial frame indicator, and that will be shows on the pointer. So let us see here again the working principle. The worm gear is driven by the speed source. Obviously, what I told you, the worm gear will start to rotate as the spindle of the shaft is start to going to rotate. The rotational worm gear drives the spur gear, which in turn actuates the pointer on the dial. Yes, hence indicating the number of revolutions in certain span of the time. Yeah. This function here, the functions require the separate timer. The revolution counters thus gives an average rotational speed rather than the instantaneous rotational speed. So this is a simple working and the construction of the mechanical type of the tachometer. So let us see the advantages here. It gives average rotational speed with respect to time. It will be going to give you the average rotational speed with respect to the timing. Ideal for measuring speed of engines having low operating speed. Here this will be used for the low operating speed engines. Assembly is sturdy and the mechanism lasts for longer duration without maintenance. Because the assembly is very simple and we will be having the very minimum number of the parts, so that's why the maintenance will be the very less and it will be working till longer time. Ideal for heavy duty machineries. So it is can be used for very heavy equipments also, heavy machinery equipments also we can use this one. Disadvantage. So cannot give instantaneous velocity of driving shaft. Impose a load on the shaft on which they are connected. So it is going to impose the load which is going to connect it with the shaft. That is one problem. As a result, they absorb power, obviously. So when the mechanical part is going to connect with each other, so that will be giving the absorbing the sum of the part. The counter and the timer cannot be started simultaneously. Yes. So that is again the major difference between. At a time we cannot start the timer and the counter. So not ideal for the high speed operation and the low power engines. It is not ideal for the high speed operation. So whenever the speed is more than 1000 rpm, it is not going to useful. And the low power engines also, it may be show some of the errors. So this is what the disadvantage of the mechanical type of the tachometers. Okay. So the further part we will see in the next class. Thank you.